apply foundation to your child's face. Now, if you don't want to use foundation, that's totally fine. Powder would be the best option, or a powder foundation will work as well. So here I'm just blending the liquid foundation with a sponge, or you can use a brush or your fingers, whatever you have. Make sure you blend down the neck so there isn't a line by the jawline. Here I'm just putting a light coating of powder just to set everything in place. Next, you want to apply some blush. Here we're going for a pinky tone blush. Find something that suits your child's skin tone. This colour really suits my model. And apply a little bit of blush on the cheeks and nose. Next, apply some bronzer to the cheekbones and the temples / forehead. If you can't apply bronzer on your child, then the priority is blush. So if you're going to pick one or the other, apply blush. Next, you want to apply an eyeshadow, a warm tone brown that suits the skin tone of the child. So I've gone with a darker brown to suit my model's skin tone. If you have a fairer complexion, then use a lighter brown. Once you've blended that all out, find a light shimmer. That could be a white, a gold, a champagne color. Just something to pop on the lid. Now, if your child is not letting you put on any eyeshadow, the priority is to put the flicks on. Now here I'm putting it across the eyelid. If that is not working for you, then you can just apply the eyeliner on the outside. So we're doing 2 flicks. Now I'm starting with just little strokes, and then when I'm happy with the shape, I make the line a little bit thicker. And you want to go from the outer corner towards the end of the eyebrow. So that's the angle you're going for. Here I'm popping some white eyeliner on the inner third of the lower lash. Now this is optional, because if your little one doesn't really like you touching their eye, just do what you can. So this section here is optional. If your little one will let you do it, do it. And let them have breaks in between, just because their eyes will water if you hold it too long. So I do about 5 seconds, then I let my model have a rest. So here I'm showing you an option of what you can do. So if they're not letting you do anything, just the flick on the outside, I just do 1 line and then 1 line at the bottom. And if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. That's what we would prefer. Now if you make any mistakes, wait for the liquid or mascara to dry and then use a Q-tip to flick it off. It's important you wait for it to dry, otherwise it'll just smudge. Here, add some eyebrows, especially if a child has blonde hair. Use an eyeshadow, a brown eyeshadow. This is what I'm using here. Or if you have an eyebrow pencil, that is fine too. So I'm just using a little angled brush and brushing some eyeshadow through the hairs. Now, a tip for mascara, if they're not going to let you put a mascara, that's alright. You've got the flicks. But if you can, get them to look down and apply the mascara that way. Then that avoids you getting mascara on their eyelid and having to clean it up. And then this is optional, putting a little bit on their bottom lashes. But just see what you can get away with. And then pop some lipstick on. So I'm using a lip liner first because they have such little lips. It's really hard to apply lipstick on in that tube. So put the lip liner on as a guide, and so when you put on your lipstick, it's a little bit easier. And liquid lipstick is probably the best because it won't smudge, but if you have a lipstick in the tube, that's totally fine. Just use what you have. And I recommend them opening their mouth like this so it's easier to get the corner of their lip, especially since their lips are usually so small. And then get them to also relax as well so you can see what the lipstick looks like relaxed. And this is the final look.